Hi, I'm Catherine Berry, and today we're going to be talking to Jürgen Kylo, who is one of our dealers here at the Coburg Antique Marketplace. And today Jürgen is going to talk to us about coin collecting, and especially why it's such a good idea. Jürgen?
Hi, how are you today? My name is Jürgen Kylo. Coins. Part of Canada's history. Very important to understand our coinage. It's what makes the world go round. Coins, over time, has increased in value more than real estate, the bond market, the stock market, and any other investment. It's tangible, it's denominational, it's guaranteed by the Government of Canada. So, at any point in time in a collection that you decide to sell, at minimum, it's always worth what the face value is.
The face value being 5 cents, 10 cents or whatever, it's always worth that.
It's always worth a minimum of that.
Okay.
Then beyond that, if it does have silver, then of course the value is whatever the spot price of silver is, minus a small fee. Same thing if it's part gold or if it's gold. So not only is it denominational value, there's also the metal value. Then comes the third item. That's the actual quality of the coin. The higher the quality, the higher price that it would demand. Basically, there's two ways to collect. There is the conventional way of collecting, where you put them in the books, or you can put them in what we call 2x2 packs. We do carry the supplies here, where each denomination has a different size and can get encapsulated. This way, especially if it's silver or copper, it doesn't oxidize and turn brown in case of copper, and doesn't turn to a tarnished level on the silver. That, of course, gets you the higher premium that it doesn't tarnish or oxidize from that point of view.
Because, of course, condition is
everything.
Because
condition is everything. The higher the quality of the condition, the more money the coin is going to go up by in the future. Consider coin collecting can be a hobby at first, but it's then lifelong. Like an RSP, you may not cash it in for 20, 30 years. Unlike an RSP, it's not really taxable because technically it's in your own, how would you say, investment portfolio. And unless it's $1,000 coin or more, in general, you can eliminate that coin and pocket the money full principal. At least as far as I'm concerned, you can.
Well, that's a good thing.
You never know what the government might say in the future. On top of that, we're talking history. If you have kids, obviously you want the kids to see what you have actually been going through in your time frame, what denominations were available, what were their sizes, what was the composition. And as you know now, the penny's being phased out. So now we've got kids that are out there now that don't know what a $2 bill is, a $1 bill is, or maybe in the future, what a copper penny is. So all of these things do have, of course, a relevance. And of course, coins are very unique in themselves. We adopted different sizes, different types of alloys have been used. Obviously, there's different reigning monarchs. Currently, of course, it's Queen Elizabeth, but there's George VI, George V, Edward, and Victorian coins.
So aside from all of that, Jürgen, if someone is going to start a coin collection, what would you advise them to do?
Figure out, first of all, what it is from a pocketbook point of view that you're prepared to spend. Obviously, going into silver dollars is going to cost more money than starting the collection of, let's say, pennies. So understand what type of investment you're prepared to put into it. I would usually recommend to people to start from what coinage they can find in their pocket. From there, they turn around and, of course, put them in whatever books and folders and start filling in the gaps. That would be the cheapest way of doing it. Maybe talking myself out of a sale, but let's face it, it is your money, it's your time, it's your investment. As time goes on, those that you found in your pocket may not be as good a quality. You would then either trade them in or sell them and buy better quality coins to enhance your collection. By staying with one or two different denominations, that means you can complete your collection faster, and then as time and money permits, then you would expand into the higher denominational coins. Now, that would be the most frugal way.
And aside from that, Jürgen, condition is very important, is it not?
It is the most important. If we're talking about just barely reading the date, from a 10 to 15 year point of view, the odds are it's not going to go up by much, unless it's a very rare coin. Whereas that same coin, if it was considered to be, let's say, extra fine to about uncirculated, it would go up tremendously, like I said, better than real estate. If, however, the coin were to look like this the day it came out of the roll, that is a red penny. These are the ones that really go up in value. In the case of silver coins, well, obviously, if they look absolutely pristine and have virtually no scratches on them, then again, this is what demands the large dollars.
Now, these coins would be considered about uncirculated, Jürgen?
Almost all of these coins are at least about uncirculated or mint state, with the exception of this 150-cent piece, so that you can see what the difference is between what would be considered literally a perfect coin versus one that's gone through the mill. Same thing as in pennies. This is what a penny would look like unused versus a penny that has been used.
And they call it a red penny simply because the copper is still bright?
Still bright and red. And actually in the actual book, they make a distinction between two coins that are identical as far as quality, but one has turned brown and one has turned red. The difference can be as much as $10 or $20 on a given coin.
I see. Well, Jürgen, that's gives us a lot of information to be going on with, and I want to thank you for our time today, for your time today, and we hope we can entice some people to come in and start.